.49 from the PreCalculus OpenStax book. We're dealing with function transformations here. So if you read through this problem, what's going on is we have a graph, and the height of the graph tells you how much airflow, I guess the area of the open vents, T hours after midnight. So 8 hours after midnight, it looks like we start opening these vents. They're closed, closed, closed. You start opening them. It takes a little while to open. And then at this time, what is this, about 10 hours? So at about 10 o'clock, it's completely open. And they stay open for a little while. And then they start closing. And they slowly close until you get down here and they're completely closed and they stay shut. So that's the basic idea of what's going on with this graph. And then if you read through it, it says during the summer, the facilities manager decides to try to better regulate temperature by increasing the amount of open vents by 20 square feet throughout the day and night. Okay, so really what you have to recognize here is this graph, the input is the time and the output is the area of the open vents. And it's the area of the opening vents that we're increasing. We're increasing the output by 20. We're adding 20 to the output. And that's important. It might seem like I'm beating this to death, but I'm not adding 20 to the input. I'm not multiplying the output by 20. I'm adding 20 to the output. So the type of transformation I have is this guy. I have a vertical shift going on. I'm adding some number to the y coordinate. If this was my function, f of x was the area of the vents in terms of time, I now have f of x plus a. I'm adding 20 to it. So really all that happens is all of the old, well, it depends how you look at it. Some people would say shift this entire graph up by 20. And that's totally fine, although that's not what I prefer to do. I prefer to specify some points on our graph. Maybe these 6 points right here. And add 20 to each of the old y coordinates. And this is probably overkill on an example this simple, but when you get to really complicated examples, going through it in this way will really help. So this y coordinate is currently 0. Let's add 20 to it. 0 plus 20 is 20. This y coordinate is also 0. Add 20 to it. 0 plus 20 is 20. This y coordinate appears to be about 220. So if I add 20 to it, I get up to 240. This y coordinate is also 220. Add 20, you get to 240. These two y coordinates are both 0. So when I add 20 to them, I get 20. And what that gives me is this new graph. It's a little bit hard to draw because I'm on a computer. But the basic idea is it looks just like the old graph, except everything is 20 units higher than it used to be. So sketch a graph of the new function. I guess I've done that.